and then the practice. And the practice for this week is called present moment awareness. I'm going to ask you to engage in the practice in two different ways. One way is I have what are called in the moment practices, where you actually practice a stress reducing resilience tool right in the moment of stress. Because what that does is change your whole physiological reaction, your whole perception to that moment. And you can change your reaction in that moment, because how many times have you like overreacted in that moment and walked away and go, oh my gosh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. So this is really about changing your reaction in the moment, which can totally change the moment and the event. Those are what I call in the moment practices. We also have what I call sustained practices, where you actually create a space and time where you really kind of deeply engage in a practice. It's not necessarily when you're triggered, but you're really creating the space and time. We have several of those sustained practices that I'm also going to ask you to engage in throughout the semester. With those, you need a space and time. So, and typically they're about 20-25 minutes. So you're going to need to find a place where you can, relax, maybe put it on the headphones, and it really is a guided relaxation stress management tool. So you need to have that space and time. And again, if you don't have that space and time in your regular life, you can come down to the Mind and Heart Lab at Cal Poly right next to my office, and we actually have recliner chairs and headphones where you can actually listen to some of the sustained guided audios in the lab there. Even if you have to just come into Cal Poly 20 minutes early and do it in your car, whatever, but it really does require kind of a space and time to be able to focus on that. So some of the practices cover both. So what we're going to do this week is you're actually going to have a practice called present moment awareness, and you're going to practice it both in the moment and as a sustained practice. So there's going to be two videos that you'll watch. One is an introductory video, and then the other one is just the guided practice itself. You don't have to watch it. It's just got some pictures on it, but you listen to it, and that's about 20 minutes, a little over maybe 25 minutes, and engage it in the sustained practice. But I will also have you do a reading in the book that talks about it as a in the moment practice, and I'm going to ask you to do that practice 4 times in the moment every day. And all it is really just kind of bringing yourself fully present and recognizing being fully present in that moment. You can do it as many moments as there are in a day, and I want you to record those in your heart log. And then also, again, I want you to practice the sustained practice just once. So 4 times a day for in the moment, and then just once through the week. And then you're going to write a summary. And again, the summary gets turned in every week. The Heart Tools log, I want you to just keep recording on the log. Every time you do a practice, there's going to be a ton of practices by the end of the semester. Every time you do a practice, you record it on that log. The log itself is just a real brief sentence that gets turned in at the end of the semester. But every week there will be a summary of the practices, and